Hey, Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Finally. I'm uploading this on Boxing Day, the 26th of December for the year. This is a peek into 2022. So happy to read for you, Pisces. And if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll find the playlist for these peek into the following years. And you'll see that I use a Lenormand deck. It's an oracle card deck, and I create a mini grand tableau. And I'm able to separate the year in seasons. And so I do January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and October, November, and December. Then I read individual positions and the cards that are on them. Remember, these are general readings. Look at your sun, moon, and rising signs. And also, for greater details, for more precise information, come in and have a reading. Go to my website, www.christellemartinette.com. Under the services page, you'll find all different kinds of readings there. So let's take a look at what happens here. Look, the beginning of the year, right? Kicking off on January. January is a very important month. January is the probably most important month. It is a red letter month. Why? Because so many occurrences are going to happen. Life-changing occurrences will punctuate that month, will emerge. They just come up. They just emerge out of the blue. And they will evolve around the home. So people come, people go. There are arguments, terrible arguments, or makeups, breakups. All kinds of things happen in matters of the home the first 3 months, January, February, March. But they are extremely important events. They're events that change your life. They're events that change the nature of your home. They're events that will mark you forever in a positive and a negative way. You will come away, and I will not sugarcoat this, from that first trimester with a little tiny scar, just a little tiny scar that says this is the beginning of 2023. And we all know that we have all our scars talk about our lives. But it scars in a good way, because when you come out of it, there's a development inside you that will allow you to see life differently and allow you to understand so many things that you didn't understand in the past. Now we're into the next trimester, and that is April, May, and June. There's a sense of maturity here. There's a sense of maturity, but at the same time, a sense of a brand new beginning. A brand new beginning that you're not sure of whether you should celebrate it as a beginning or celebrate it as something that came from something else that happened. And so, it's interesting to see as presented like this, because you're at odds. In the beginning, you feel all of a sudden, yes, I've understood my lesson. I've understood a lot of things. That first trimester has taught me a lot of things. I've developed, I've grown. Then you think, okay, it's starting a new life for me. But then all of a sudden you think and you stop and you say, wait, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should consider it a moment of growth, but it's really not a new beginning. And this is when you start turning to your female side. Whether you are a male or a female, you start taking your emotions in review. This is all about your emotional life. It's all about your emotional life in the second trimester, April, May, and June. So let's go to the third trimester. The third trimester is July, August, and September. And here we have a greater sense of security. We have a greater sense of security because you turn your energy to other endeavors, all right? You can work a little bit, you read a lot, you learn a lot, and you start thinking of how you can turn some information into a new side hustle, for example, something that courses that you've taken, you can develop them into a full-blown activity or a future career. Then there is this wonderful feeling that you've been given a gift. You sense that all of the things that you have occurred, and that as a result have emotionally changed you, all of a sudden you start to think that was indeed a gift. It was a gift because I'm able now to be someone who I was never before. And there is a side to that has, the clouds have a silver lining. That is the silver lining, but you do see the cloud as well. It's not that you have blinders on your eyes, Pisces. You do see that what comes and emerges as a surprise and a gift was born from something that initially caused you probably emotional difficulty or even pain. But the end of that trimester, I have to say, July, August, September, is where your sense of security comes back. Full, big time. Your sense of security all of a sudden is there for you. You again feel like you can walk on your own 2 feet and run, soar. Now, we have here the last trimester, October, November, and December. October, November, and December. There is the beginning of that. In October, you start to think, well, I'm not sure if I'm making enough money. I'm not sure if I even want to make enough money. Maybe money is not the parameter I should be thinking about. Maybe it is. Maybe I've thought about that too much. Maybe I've always wanted and looked for other people's approval, and that's no longer good for me. And so you toss these ideas around at the beginning of October and all of October, and November brings money. Isn't it funny how that works? November does bring, when you start to think that it's not important, there is that coming in. Money does come in abundance, a sense of abundance, and it's a very lucky period, that the end of October and November, most of November. And the end of the year, the very tail end, say from the last 3 weeks of October. The last 3 weeks of October give you a sense that not everyone was truthful to you. You feel some form of betrayal in some way. But to understand more what that is about, we can now go to each individual house and see what cards have fallen on it and get more information. So let's take a look. So we have the house of endings and beginnings. This is key to your life in 2022. Endings and beginnings. Now, the house that concerns surprises, well, it's marked by maturity. It's marked by the lilies, the card that par excellence denotes maturity. And here the surprises come when they finally need to come. When they finally, you are at a point where you really need a surprise, they come, as I mentioned briefly in the third trimester. But surprises are coming when you need them. So look for that. When you're feeling low, remember, the surprise is on its way. It's almost like magic. Then there is the house of endings, complete endings, and it has to do with some form of work that you have. It could be a long-time profession that you decide to change that ends completely, or some kind of other activity that you will put an end to. But look out for that, because that will occur. Now, one area that is not favored in 2022 is oral communication, because for some reason, Pisces, you seem to get it wrong. It doesn't last. People forget. They don't remember. So it's best for you to always announce, discuss, highlight in writing, whether it's texts, whether it's a matter of texts, emails, or other form of written communication. Then we have your work and livelihood. Here too, it's marking, again, it's telling me that there is a major change in your work. And even any side hustle or passion that you may have, they are revolutionized in 2022. They either come of age, that means they're refined, they are professionalized, or they change radically in the sense that you completely change them. Okay, so let me give you an example. You have a podcast, you gave it a name, but in 2022, you realized, oh, that's a terrible name. It doesn't reflect what I'm talking about today, and you change it. So that's just an example. Then you have the sense of security. Now, this is interesting, Pisces, because your sense of security will come from when you begin new things. Remember that. I'll say it again. Your sense of security will come when you feel like you're creating something new. Now, guidance. Where does guidance come from? Guidance comes from gifts and from surprises. Remember, I mentioned when you feel like you're down and out, remember the surprise will be there for you. But that surprise also guides you in a major way. Now, another thing that's really important is the home, the house of home. Home is where you will feel all the abundance you need. Going to a place that you call home or feeling at home at a place will bring you abundance, both figuratively and monetarily. Public life, you may start retreating from public life, Pisces. This is an area, public life, where you may have extended yourself too far in the year 2021. And you decide, from various different reasons, from things that may occur to you, you decide to withdraw a bit and put up a little bit of your boundaries. Obstacles. Now, obstacles in life exist. That's why the house is here, Pisces. And what do? You slay them like dragons. You knock them down. Any obstacle is never too great in your path. You eliminate them pronto. Then we have the area of decisions that you make. And here, this is a bit of a nuisance. Not a nuisance, but it is cloudy. All right, there are the clouds there. That's something that you need guidance from others and consultancy, and you're going to have to seek that out because not many decisions are clear to you. What do they want? What do they want from me? Why do I have to make this decision? What does it mean? And that's where you need to get help from others. And the house of nuisances that are actual nuisances and problems has the 4-leaf clover. So any little thing is small stuff, and you don't sweat the small stuff, as that expression goes. You don't worry about that at all, ever. Now we have the house that is something hidden. Now, something hidden, I've got the card of the house on in that house of something hidden. And it looks like to me that, let me spin it this way for you, Pisces. You didn't ever believe that you would ever purchase a house. Not ever in this lifetime, because maybe you have one. Maybe you have done that. You've had that experience. Or you just don't want to go through, again, changing house. Well, that's hidden from you now, but it will occur. the idea of changing home will come up, whether it happens in 2022 or not. It will be on the table. It will emerge. Then written communication. Matters of written communication involve a female, involve a woman that will be influential to you, and you communicate. You write to her, she writes to you, whether you're a male or female, this occurs. And what is so lovely about this is because it is that you renew a friendship, you renew a love, you renew a family member, you renew the relationship with that person. And I'm not simply talking about love here or your emotional life. I'm talking about friendship here. Friendship, a bond. Even if it is your companion, your life's companion, they become your friend. They modify into something you need at that time. That was a female. Now there's the house of male influences, and male influences in your life will give you security, whether you're a male or a female. Look for that, because you can turn to males, either consultants, family members, sweethearts, friends. They will be your rock. Then female influences. Female influences you have to watch out for. I did just say written communication from a woman is something to be developed. Yes, that's one woman. Here, females in general, Pisces, is something that you have to watch your back about. And I say this because there is an element of betrayal here, and you don't want that to develop in your life. So just be on your guard, and you'll be able to take it out like a weed when you're doing the weeds in your garden. Now let me take a look at some relations in the spread, so I don't want to leave any stone uncovered. Yes, this is what I was just talking about, the female influences and how you have to watch your back. Similar to those obstacles that I mentioned, where you're just going to slay them like dragons, this is the case as well for females who do not have your back, who don't have your best interests in mind. You will be able to deal with that very swiftly, very quickly, without even thinking twice. And again, I stress this one female who is of importance to you, where you will exchange written communication. New beginnings, Pisces. Once again, new beginnings it's like a door that closes, but a portal opens. A portal will open. Remember at the beginning of the spread, I talked about the key element in the year 2022 is about endings and beginnings. That will mark the pace of your life in 2022. Well, it is the beginnings that will be so, so lucky for you. Look for that, because that will occur. Then, a sense of security is marked by new beginnings. Abundance is also linked to the security, a sense of security. Maturity and abundance work and walk hand in hand. New beginnings may cause you some insidious things, like they may be linked to having to fill out a lot of forms, having to do, one hurdle over another, but you will be able to handle that no problem, easy peasy, because you remember that we have the house of nuisances as being very lucky. Even if they present as nuisances, they present an element of luck for you. Take care of them, and take care of them rather swiftly. Let's see. I feel that I have covered all the ground here. Yes, balance and disorientation may seep in every now and then, but again, like dragons, you slay them right before they do anything that will destabilize you. Pisces, I'm so happy I was able to give you these messages. And do have a wonderful holiday season and a more wonderful entire year. Namaste, Pisces. Until we read together again. Bye-bye.